Have you ever tried to run away from something you were supposed to do? Maybe it was a homework assignment, a chore, or a tough conversation. Well, let me tell you about a guy who took running away to a whole new level. His name was Jonah. One day, God spoke to Jonah, a prophet. The message was clear. Go to the great city of Nineveh and cry out against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. Nineveh was a massive, powerful city, and its people were known for being pretty rough. Jonah, hearing this, thought, "Nope, not for me." Instead of heading east to Nineveh, he booked it west, as far away as he could go. He found a ship heading for Tarshish, paid the fare, and hopped on board, thinking he could outrun God. But here's a spoiler alert. You can't outrun God. As the ship sailed, a massive storm suddenly blew in. We're talking hurricane-level winds and waves crashing over the deck. The sailors, who were seasoned pros, were terrified. They started throwing cargo overboard to lighten the ship and prayed to their own gods, but nothing worked. Meanwhile, where was Jonah? Fast asleep down in the hold of the ship. The captain found him and yelled, "What do you mean, you sleeper? Get up, call out to your God. Maybe he will think of us, so that we may not perish." So Jonah came up on deck. The sailors decided to cast lots to figure out who was responsible for this disaster. And guess who the lot fell on? Yep, Jonah. They surrounded him. "Tell us, who are you? What's your job? Where are you from?" Jonah confessed everything. "I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. I'm running away from him." The sailors were even more terrified. The storm was getting worse by the second. "What should we do to you, to make the sea calm down for us?" they asked. Jonah knew what had to be done. "Pick me up and hurl me into the sea, then the sea will quiet down for you, for I know it is because of me that this great tempest has come upon you." The sailors, to their credit, tried their best to row back to land, but the storm was too strong. Finally, with no other choice, they prayed to God for forgiveness, picked Jonah up, and threw him into the raging sea. Instantly, the sea became calm. The sailors were in awe and offered a sacrifice to God. So, what happened to Jonah? Was that the end? Not even close. As Jonah sank into the depths, God appointed a great fish to swallow him, and Jonah was in the belly of that fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Can you imagine? It's dark, it's slimy, and you're inside a giant sea creature. It was in that moment of utter desperation that Jonah finally prayed. He cried out to God, acknowledging his power and mercy. He promised to fulfill his vows. After 3 days, God commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah out onto dry land. Talk about a second chance. This time, when God said, "Go to Nineveh," Jonah went. He walked into the massive city and proclaimed, "Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown." And something amazing happened. The people of Nineveh listened. From the king on his throne to the humblest person, they all believed God. They declared a fast, put on sackcloth, and sat in ashes as a sign of repentance. The king even made a decree that everyone, including the animals, should cry out to God and turn from their evil ways. When God saw their genuine repentance, he had compassion and did not bring about the disaster he had threatened. You'd think Jonah would be thrilled, right? Mission accomplished. But he wasn't. He was angry. He went out of the city, sat down, and pouted. He said to God, "This is why I ran away. I knew you were a gracious and merciful God, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love." He was upset that God showed mercy to his enemies. So God decided to teach Jonah one more lesson. He caused a plant to grow up over Jonah to give him shade, and Jonah was very happy about the plant. But the next day, God sent a worm to attack the plant, and it withered. Then a scorching east wind and a blazing sun beat down on Jonah's head until he felt faint and wished he were dead. God then asked him, "Do you do well to be angry for the plant?" Jonah snapped back, "Yes, I do well to be angry enough to die." And God said, "You pity the plant, for which you did not labor, nor did you make it grow. And should not I pity Nineveh, that great city, in which there are more than 120,000 persons who do not know their right hand from their left, and also much cattle?" And that's where the story ends, with a question hanging in the air. It's a powerful reminder that God's compassion is far greater than ours. He cares for everyone, even the people we might consider our enemies. It challenges us to look beyond our own perspectives and embrace the incredible breadth of God's love and mercy. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories. See you next time.